What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Got to give y'all a word of advice today about leaving stuff on the table. Um, and we hear it all the time. We say, hey, man, no, can't leave nothing on the table. Can't leave nothing on the table. And it's really centered around opportunities. When that's the first thing people think about when they hear that term. But and that's right. It is centered around opportunities. But under the word opportunity, there are many categories under that umbrella, and I want to get into a few of them now. In just like in life, in business, nothing's promised. So even when you are doing pretty good, even when you got your thing rolling, um, you can become complacent and you can become comfortable and feeling like, okay, we rolling now. It's gonna always be rolling the way it is, and that's not necessarily the case. Now it could be, you could ride it all the way to infinity, but even if you have established yourself with a solid business foundation and you're doing pretty well, the nature of the game just dictates that sometimes things slow down. You hit peaks and valleys and ebbs and flows and all that, and you have to mash the gas at all times, simply for the times where it might not be popping like you're accustomed to, or like even like you want it to, and we get comfortable, and sometimes there's so much going on that's going so well that you might say, "Oh man, I catch that one later. I'll catch this guy later. I'll get that another time," and then the window closes and you don't get it. And one or two times you can take it. Okay, all right, man. But if you get in a habit of taking things for granted, like, hey, this gonna be there. That money ain't going nowhere. That money, hey man, before you know it, the accumulation of those missed opportunities start to take a toll. So you can't leave anything on the table. Long story short, when an opportunity is readily available for you, you have to go get it. Especially when that represents your livelihood, when it represents your family's well-being and anything along those lines. You can't play around. You got to go get it. Now, there is a balance between making time for yourself and time away. Uh, there's a balance, but we've all been in situations where we said we'd get something. I'll take care of that tomorrow. I'll get that money tomorrow, and then you get a phone call, and that money is not available anymore, and you could have got it today. See, so you have to prioritize going to get it while the getting is good. And the problem with leaving stuff on the table is that when you look back as time passes, it's a painful thing to calculate the total of what was left on the table. See, one isolated situation here, one isolated situation there, bing, 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 they add up. So in singularity, it's not a big deal. But over time, you think about it. That's why, we see a lot of our young brothers and sisters who may be celebrities, and you see them do things to themselves that cost them, in their situations, millions and millions of dollars. And God forbid, at the end of their time on top, or if they're an athlete or something, then they end up broke. Uh, Ending up broke is not always about uh, maybe an agent stealing your money or something like that. Sometimes ending up broke, it's not even all about frivolous spending. That counts, but sometimes it's about the money that you didn't touch, that you just blew on your own, that you never got a chance to get because you was on something else. So, um, leaving things on the table also represents this one last point I'm gonna make, and that is time spent with people, moments with people where we talk about, like we've been talking about finances just for these last few minutes. We never leave no money on the table because what's here today might not be tomorrow. It's the same thing with time. You know, make time to spend with people. Make time to go hang out with your family, hang out with your friends, or people that you ain't seen in a while. They hit you and say they in town, and then you, oh, I'll catch you the next time, man. I'm really, I don't leave that on the table, because it may be a time where you look back and say, oh man, we've all done that. I know I've done it. So um, if you can get it, and build up as much of whatever it is that you can. Just build it up, max it out. So in the dry season, you'll be good, and with people, you'll be good, because you could be at peace knowing, hey man, I spent that time with my folks, man. I'm maxed out, and we had a good time. I don't feel no kind of way about it. All right, man. It's your big brother K-Rino. If there's anything I forgot or missed, y'all feel free to leave it in the comment section, and subscribe to the Underground Dialogue podcast, where we drop game like this all the time. Shout out to my brother Keisto, and we'll make it happen. Peace.